Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the new moon ceremony for Capricorn. This is December of 23rd of 2022, and my name is Renee Varnador, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm with two of my friends in Canada. So that's exciting. There's Johan and Brenda. And we're expecting a couple other friends that are in my town, Baja California, Mexico. So we'll see if they make it. So it's holiday season. So I really appreciate you two getting on this call. And, hopefully you guys that are interested are watching this replay. So we're going to get going. But I want to share the song in case there's somebody that doesn't know. What the heck? What do you mean you're doing a new moon ceremony? So here we go. This is Capricorn. We're going to be working with this star formation, this constellation, and in a little bit of movement before we settle in and do a meditation and then set an intention, set our new intention for this cycle, this moon cycle that we're perpetually coming around to over and over. So these are the things. If you are watching the replay, please make sure you have a journal, something to write with, a candle, something to light it with, an aura clearing tool. Here are two options right here. This is selenite. It's a selenite crystal that really does a great job clearing. And then this is aura spray. So I'm going to put this on right now. And it's like, whoa, I always feel so good when I spray my aura with this. It's just like, okay. And aura is just a fancy word for the energy field that surrounds us in different layers. Sacred water. I like to put some drops of water from Glastonbury, which is the healing heart chakra part of the world. And if you know Reiki, you can do a Reiki symbol in the water, and boom, that whole water now is sanctified. So those are options to sanctify your water. Dark chocolate, anything, if you don't do sugar at all, whatever you do, cinnamon, coconut, whatever is sweet for you, little piece of fruit. So this we're going to use as part of the ceremony. In the water, oh, I forgot a long scarf today. Oh, well, that's okay because I have a lot of new stuff besides just flying around with a scarf. And then if this is optional, if you have a rattle, if you have a drum, we can do that. But I have some music that is specially created and composed for this specific energies within this new moon. So I always like to start by calling in the 7 directions, and for me it's calling in the archangels. So we're going to start by facing east, and we're calling in Archangel Raphael, who's the archangel of healing, this big beautiful Christmas green, emerald green color. So here we go. Spirits of the east and Archangel Raphael, please come. Sound, fire, spirit, Angel Michael, please come. Christ, watering spirit. Angel Gabriel, please come. Spirits of the north, earth clearing spirits, Archangel Uriel, please come. Spirits of below, Mother of potentiality, Archangel Sandalphon, please come. Spirits of above, for the sky perspective change, Archangel Angel Raphael, please come. Angel Raphael, please come. So I don't know about you, but I feel surrounded. So all of the directions are open up and they're all being protected in different ways. Now we're going to clear our inner chakras. And I'm over here playing the harmonium. And we're starting with Lam at the root chakra. So it goes Yam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om, and Om. So here we go. Yum, 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 Okay, so notice how you feel, if you feel any different, if you feel that your chakras are kind of woke up a little bit, or there's a little bit of tingling, or there's a little bit of activation, then that's really good. I used to call activation pain, but it's not, it's activation. It's like, oh, I'm awake. Okay, let's go. So we're looking at, this is a 7 states of soul, like when you really like wake up to and investigate your soulful self, and you go, okay, where am I, you know, where am I at as far as my soulful connection, and what part of the process am I in? This is the whole process that starts, some people say, for me it starts with perspective change, because I used to think that potentiality, which is kind of like a spacious space, was not anything at all. And actually it's an integrative phase, and it's very powerful. And so these are the different phases, and this is the card that wants to be today's card. So this is time is slow today, which is basically telling us that, notice that this is not linear, and none of these states is better than another, although some of them are not as comfortable for us, just because of cultural conditioning, and because we don't know. I mean, most people don't know how to clear, how to cope, how to move through energetic shifts and changes, and we've been having a lot of those over the last couple of years. But good news, the energies have changed. And so I don't know if you felt that in the last couple of days, that the energies that have been like so thick since March of 2020 are starting to shift and open into like a fresh energy. It's not that it's going to be easier, and it's certainly not going back to what used to be thought of as normal. So it'll be a new energy, but it's nice to have a new energy, a fresh energy. So however that works out for you, for me, it's like I'm starting to feel a little inspiration about that. And I'm like willing to release more of my old identities, which is a process that I'm going through because of my astrology chart right now. So that's that. We just had the winter solstice on 2 days ago. On the 21st, we had the time in the northern hemisphere. You know, all 3 of us are in the northern hemisphere, and we may have a couple of people watching this that are in the southern hemisphere, watching the replay. But here in the northern center, where this is the shortest day of the whole year, was 2 days ago, and the sun, wherever it was, as you're watching it set every night, is now, you know, starting to move back the other direction. And so that is just really exciting to know that the sunset times are going to be getting later and later and later, and we're going to be getting more and more light. And I really noticed 2 days ago this beautiful balanced earth energy. And so one of the things to do is this is tree pose, and just to be able, it kind of interested me because I was doing tree pose in my house and falling over and going, okay, well, I'm not finding my balance. What's going on? And I just kept being advised to go outside. So I went outside and I walked around on the beach, and I'm standing there on the sand in my bare feet, and I'm like doing tree pose in perfect balance with nature. So it's so much easier to connect to who you truly are, to connect at a soul level with the different conscious changes that are happening, or to be consciously evolving. And I'm just really at that moment on the ocean, noticed this whole sense of equal day, equal night, equal hours of day and night, equal, which is equinox. And then this whole, even though solstices are not equal in the same way equinoxes are equal, with same amount of day, of light and dark, but they're still part of the quarter of the year, which I can explain a little bit more when we look at the astrology chart. Does anybody want to talk about if you had an experience on the solstice? Johan or Brenda, do you want to talk about anything related, solstice related? If you do, unmute. So I'm not seeing that happen. Okay, so we're going to go on. So 20 spiraling earth energies is something that we've talked about on this channel a lot. This is from the Palladian Earth Energy Astrology, and it's Pia Orlean and her husband Colin Bard Smith, and they worked with these beings from the Palladians, and came up with, over 10 years it took them to come up with this whole Palladian astrology system. And there are different energies, 20 different earth energies that we came here to this planet to explore. So it's kind of interesting to find out what energy you came to explore. My energy is being energy. And so it doesn't mean that, oh, poor Renee, she's got being energy. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you can look at these and go, oh, I want this one. No, wait, I want that one. It's like we get to experience all of these if we're aware of the energy shifting and changing. It's just this one can be just like so ingrained to us that we don't even know we're feeling it, because it's so natural to us. So that's the 20 earth energies. There's also 13, okay, I usually have a picture of the 13 universal energies, but there's 13 of them. So today's earth energy is healing, and it's earth energy number 14. And so what this one is all about is stepping out of just accepting not in a good way, accepting in I'm stepping out of accepting too many responsibilities, or stepping out of avoiding any responsibilities. So it's just like, I don't even want to do it, or why did I say yes to that? So it's like letting go of all of those things you said yes to that you don't really want to do, and all of those avoiding of opportunities that could really change your life and really help you step into, like sometimes I just like, oh, I really want to meditate. I want to do this deep meditation. I want to continue on in this galactic astrology thing that I'm learning. And then I just go, oh, I can't. It's like too scary today. I just want to be ordinary 3D human today. So we just but eventually I will get there, and I will do it when I step into courage to heal imbalances. So that's what the healing energy is all about, is saying, yeah, I want I want to heal myself today. I want to grow today. Step into courage and heal imbalances. Oh, here it is. I put it in the wrong place. Well, actually, maybe this is the right place. So here are the 13 energy, universal energies. So mine happens to be completing and integrating. So every time we move through the cycle, I'm very, very conscious of the completion and the integrating. You notice that I had a number 1 and then I have a number 13 here. So for me, it's like boom, 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 boom. The end is in the beginning and the beginning is in the end. So I have all these alpha omega points, and it's just kind of interesting. That's just kind of a unique signature of my energy and my understanding of conscious evolution, and everybody's got their own. So if people that want to know, hey, wait a minute, what's mine? What's my energy signature? What energies am I working with? Then what am I bringing to the collective here on this planet? We can find out, and we can explore. So right now the universal energy is change, and I used to hate change. I used to avoid change. I used to scream and kick and throw little fits or go into stuckness if there was change that had to happen. And that you're always going to open to what's next eventually, so you might as well, this little caterpillar me as my caterpillar self did not want to go through this gooey ooky pooey process, but it feels so freaking good on the other side. So change brings surprises and the unexpected opportunities to change old patterns. And so humanity's just stuck in tons of misinformation, misunderstanding, and cultural weirdness that just needs to go. And whenever we discover we're in one of those, we're just like, say, wait a minute, I already went through that. I already left that. This is who I am now. So the evolutionary guidance energy, then we take these right here, and whichever one starts on the day after the 13th completion cycle starts over at 1, whatever energy is in the earth energy starts for the 13-day period from initiating energy through to completion. So this is devoting energy. Right now we're in devoting energy. And so just the idea of being able to send our love and devotion to what we conceive of as the higher power, whether that's goddess energy or whether it's more traditional, figures that we know, whether it's guides like Krishna or Moses or Krishna or Buddha or Jesus or Mother Mary, or it can be just the universe, or it could be star beings from other planets like the Pleiades. So we're just sending love and devotions. This love is like this energy that can just, especially unconditional love, is just this energy that we have tons of as humans, and to project that out into the universe is actually very helpful. A period of peaceful energies, thank goodness, oh my gosh, yes, peaceful. A period of peaceful energies offering success for those who work together, honoring their loyalty to the truth with a capital T. Not, oh, this is true for me now, but I don't know what the truth, there's spiritual laws. Well, I don't know what they are. So we can look at the truth, the spiritual laws that run the universe, rather than our own personal agenda. So my little ego would have an agenda of what Christmas Eve tomorrow is going to be with my family and blah blah blah, and I really don't know. We're going to be there. Today's like the anniversary of my mom's crossing, and I'm going to be there at her house that my brother lives in now with his family, and my sister's coming over and all her kids. And then we invited extended family. So it's going to be here. I have no idea what's going to go on. But so, you know, I think I'm going to be doing astrology readings for people, and that may not happen at all. But I'm prepared for it if that's what people want to do. So this is the book that Pia and Colin put together, and this is the calendar. And I just looked at this. It's you can get it at any metaphysical bookstore. You can have them order it for you, or you can buy it online at Book Depository. And I noticed, looking at this for January 1st, we're going to switch. We're going to have a new evolutionary guidance energy right on New Year's Day. So right on January 1st, 1/1/23, we're going to have a Venus phase change along with a Venus star change. So that's a whole bunch of energies. And if you've never had your Venus phases read, that's another interesting thing to do. So that's happening. Now, what is going on? Okay, so this was at 2:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you woke up in the middle of the night this morning, then you might have like keyed into the energy of this new moon. Now, what happens in a new moon? This little glyph right here is the glyph for the sun. This one right here is the glyph for the moon. And they are both, if you notice, both at 1 degree, 33 minutes of the same sign. And that sign right now is Capricorn. And Capricorn is like this earth mastery sign, this mastery of earth energies, this ability to take the spiritual things or take whatever you want and bring it and manifest what you want. So whether you're an artist, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you own a business, whether you're a spiritual person that's trying to explain what the heck to everybody, whatever it is, your earth, the third earth energy in the cycle of this moving cycle of the zodiac, that would be Capricorn. So a lot of people with a lot of Capricorn energy in their chart are very responsible, and it's very easy for them to manifest stuff, to bring stuff into the practical realm. And you notice that we have we had 5 planets in Capricorn. So we've got a lot of Capricorn energy today. This little one right here is Venus. This one here is Mercury. And we can see that these two, 16 and 21, they're pretty close together. So Venus is talking to Mercury, which is nice. This is Venus, lets us know what we're valuing. And this one, and it's kind of prosperity, so that's always good. And then Mercury is the one for communication, so it's really nice when those two are talking. And this one is Pluto, and it can be a little it can kind of open things up, opens up some depth. So we're seeing that this sign right here is Jupiter, and it is forming a square to this. This red line right here is a square. So the new moon moment, Jupiter was squaring that moment. And so Jupiter is this really powerful planet of expansion. So if you're not really sure what Capricorn energy is, that's okay, because Jupiter is right there helping you open to the energy so that you can receive it and go, oh, that's Capricorn energy. Oh, that's what it feels like to be in earth mastery. That's what it's like to really bring through what it is that I'm creating here on this planet. So here we've got yeah, so some of the other things that are happening the rest of the month and into next year, we've got a full moon in Cancer happening on January 6th. And we have, look in your email because I'll probably send out a meditation for the full moon. And then the next new moon is going to be on January 21st. And we're going to have a ceremony again, the same as we're doing right now on January 22nd. So that's that. I want to briefly bring in the Archangel Tarot, because we've got the sun and the moon, and the sun and the moon are usually all over the place. The moon goes around really quick and the sun's just kind of moving slowly. But right now at a new moon, these two are right together, talking, conjoined. So if there's some really solid new moon energy and sun energy in this. And then we've got the sign, and those two are in the sign of Capricorn. If you're looking at the tarot, it's the sign of the number 15 in the tarot, which in this deck is ego. And in the Rider-Waite traditional deck, it's the Devil card. It's the card of the people being chained. But really, just because you can master the earth energy doesn't mean you're going to run around not knowing who you are and wearing a mask so you don't see yourself and nobody else sees you. So it can be a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So those are all things that if we're not attuned to the mastery, the earth mastery energy available to us in Capricorn, we can see that there's a lot of people on the planet running around focused on material things and in a lot of fear of who they've decided to other. So we can ask ourselves questions if we're noticing other people doing that. We're like, oh, okay, well then what are the questions for me? What are the masks that I wear? That's a question I ask myself. Can I let go of presenting well and just be like, okay, like the other day I was like, oh man, I'm having a hard time with Jupiter being right at the same degree as my moon. It was just like on me like this, and I was just like, okay, I'm like dizzy. And so I was asking for help that day, and instead of being like all that, always perfect, and none. So being our authentic soulful self is really important. Jupiter, like I said, is squaring the new moon, and that Jupiter is the Wheel of Fortune card with Archangel Michael right in the Wheel of Fortune, and the royal stars are surrounding him. So it's a time for positive change and a situation moving forward. So this is actually bringing good action because Jupiter moved into Aries. So we can take all the things we've been dreaming about and thinking about kind of like on a deep level and bring them out into the world. So now we're going to see if we can embody the constellation of Capricorn, which is something we haven't done before. But I've just realized how much these star patterns, these star constellations have been informing humanity for millennia. And there's a lot of information in these patterns for us. And so since we always move during the new moon, to actually move our body into this pattern would be a kind of an interesting experiment. So it's kind of like embodying the energy of Capricorn by looking at what the star constellations in the sky are, so that we can kind of bring in all of these energies. So like, for instance, let me see if I can do this. If I'm trying to make that shape with my body, okay, I will have my foot like one foot like way over here, okay, and it's just kind of be like sliding down. Yeah, I'd be sliding down on that foot. I'd be kind of going up, and then on this foot, it's like this is kind of like my knee right here, okay, and I'm feeling that I'm creating this pattern here from this foot, okay, to this foot, okay, and I can like feel the energy of that, especially if I put my arms up, and now my two arms coming together are these little stars right here. So I kind of did this, tested this out this morning, and it kind of made sense to me. I could feel a sense of what Capricorn energy is. So as I turn on the music, that's one thing you might want to experiment with if you're bold and courageous and you want to see, okay, what is Capricorn energy after all? We're also going to go into a quiet meditation after we dance around for a little bit. If you hear the music, when you hear the music kind of soften, then you know it's time to go to the journal, and we're going to go into a meditation. When we look at the eye of the heart and what is being conceived, we've got the circle of spirit and the circle of matter, and the like little intersection between them. We know that we can have like a whole full body halo, like Our Lady of Guadalupe, when we go all the way to the center of this this point within the heart chakra, which is the eye of the heart. So this is the Vesica Pisces, the eye of the heart. So that's where we're going. That's where all the information from the universe is, within the center point of the chakras. And guess what? The heart chakra is the center point of the chakras, all of the chakras, the central chakra of the chakra system, if you're only thinking about 7 of them. So here again is the things that we need for the ceremony. And right now we're going to start the ceremony. So we're going to light the candle. And that sets up for our brain that we are in. I'm going to stop sharing this. It sets up for our brain that we are in a sacred moment. So I'm going to turn on my fire and light my candle. Okay, so what happens here in this process is that I'm holding the flame, that flame that is within me, that spark of the divine within me, this human, with all my human imperfections, that spark of the divine within me is, I'm seeing as a symbol of this candle. You can see whatever symbol you want. So that's that. I've got my water, got my pen, got my journal. And then if you haven't already done an aura clearing, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we're going to make sure you got your journal and your pen ready to go for when we stop this. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the music. And then when that starts to come down, we'll go into the meditation. Anybody have a question before we start that? If you do, just unmute and talk. Okay, so any kind of movement I like to do some hearts. We're just kind of moving the energy up through like a toric field. I like to get that going. I like to do some figure 8 patterns. I just remembered I do have a scarf in here. Okay, if you want to keep moving, okay, but it's time to come back into more of a journal space, or as we're preparing to go into the meditation part. Okay, if you want to feel your feet on the ground and feel that earth energy that we just stirred up, coming all the way, feeling that energy from the roots, from the bottom of your feet, like roots coming down from the bottom of your feet, pulling the nutrients of the earth up into your feet. Earth energy moving up your legs, into your grounded root chakra, energy moving up the chakras, earth energy in your heart chakra. Anything you don't need, exhaling out the top of your head. Inhaling from above. It's beautiful star energy, beautiful Capricorn constellation, beautiful sun and moon coming together, bringing that beautiful sky energy into your heart chakra. Exhaling out the bottom of your feet, anything not serving you. And now if you want, you can place your hands on your heart and take your first intentional breath, which is to go within your own place within your heart chakra. And now we're taking a second intentional breath. We are meeting that point of centeredness in the soul and feeling this vortex from behind the heart chakra opening into the space within our heart. And now the third intentional breath. We're feeling that point. We're feeling the eye of the needle within. And from that point, this essence of who we are, we open this beautiful golden halo all the way around from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet. This Our Lady of Guadalupe golden halo, so that we are like a golden almond egg shape surrounding our entire auric field, this beautiful golden light. And now we can kind of contract our heart by moving our shoulder blades together and feeling that center point that we found in our heart. We're pouring in all this beautiful golden energy into this point. And now this essence of who we are coming out, moving out in this beautiful golden almond shape. And one more time, kind of contracting in the eye of the heart, and then expanding out, feeling this expansion protecting our beautiful wisdom within our heart. And we can ask now the new moon question. What is being conceived? Every new moon, something new is being conceived. And so we can quietly, I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes as we ask. You can ask it as many times as you need to. What is being conceived? Okay, if you want to move to the journal and write down any answer that you received, could be just a color, could be a word, could be a feeling, whatever you received while asking the question, what is being conceived? Okay, if there is a realization of your next step, what your next step for you to be doing is, if there's a sense of an intention, you can word that as an intention. For instance, my intention is to have a higher vibration of soul connection and clarity with clients and students and people, loved ones. So that's my intention. So when I drink water, that's what I'm going to be thinking about. Okay, and if anybody is got your water, got your intention, you're gonna be thinking about your intention as you're drinking this water, so that the water that you feel moving through your body is your intention. Also, you're embodying your intention as you drink this water. Mm. And now think about, is there a higher power, higher than you, who can help you? Maybe it's the universe, maybe it's a spirit guide, maybe it's one of the archangels. And we're going to ask for help. And then this chocolate, this whatever you've got here, is like your sense of communion with that being that you're calling on for help, that you're asking for help. Okay, so I think I have a run the majority of the year. I've just reached out and asked Mother Mary for help most of the year. So even though I feel more more people from different star systems helping me these days. And I still, if I really want to work something, I'm still feeling this Mother Mary energy. So are either of you interested in sharing your experience of how this went and what your intentions are? If when you voice and express your intentions and what you feel from inside, and then are able to voice it, then it gives those intentions power. So go ahead and unmute and let me know what, you know. Yeah, go ahead, Johan.
Okay, so for me, what's being conceived at this time, when I was meditating, a whole calmness came over my heart.
Mm.
And then from there, it went to feeling of peace. And from there it went, in order to feel those two, I have to love myself.
Yeah.
So no more self-loathing, no more, bad talk about myself.
Beautiful.
And so I've released that, and I'm now living with self-love and calmness
Beautiful.
in situations that I didn't have that before.
Beautiful.
So more of used to come from a reactionary, now coming from more of a calmness and peace. My next step to complete with love is to complete with love, respect, and peace to all, especially those that I have issues with. Complete's not the right word. I was thinking of something else and wrote complete, which is, I think, I'm going, that's very interesting and very strange. It's being able to communicate. So to be able to communicate with love, respect, and peace to all, especially those I have issues with. Well, obviously that part is complete because I wrote complete. And then it was like, I'm just asking for help with my guides and angels.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Beautiful work, Johan. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Now, to correctly pronounce my name,
Oh,
if
God,
you think, I know, if you think of Joe and then Han, no
Han.
D, Johan.
Johan.
Correct.
Okay.
Johan. Yeah.
Johan. Okay.
Got
Sorry
it.
about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's just like Joanne with an H in the middle, Johan.
Yeah.
Johan. Okay. Brenda, did you want to share?
Actually, I will. What was being conceived is actually a new way of being, doing, moving through this world. And it feels like it's a shift from, I've been in kind of survival mode again for a bit, in that feeling. And it feels like a shift from surviving to thriving.
Beautiful.
So I didn't really have a realization, like a next step, but my sacred intention is to be more open and receptive and trusting that all is as it is meant to be, and that I will thrive through it all. And I actually can feel, and I don't know who she is, although I do feel it as a feminine energy. I have a new guide stepping forward that I think is going to be leading, working with me, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm starting to see her come forward, through the mist, the veil, whatever, I'm starting to see. Yeah. I'm starting to feel one come forward.
That's awesome. A lot of times when you kind of up level, you get a new guide. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's a new thing for me to feel it that way. And that just happened just now. I didn't come into today knowing that.
It's beautiful. That's exciting.
Very
Hey, woohoo! I'm like, I get to witness this, and Johan gets to witness this, and we all get to, witness each other moving, changing, growing. So it's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, both of you. Thank you for being here. Anybody that's watching this replay, if you want to send me a private message and share with me, write down what you're doing so I can, because I'm holding space for everybody that shares. And so if you share with me, I'll hold space for you too. But so this is like a really powerful time as we're heading in, to Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. The ending of the year. We're in the middle of Hanukkah right now. We're in the middle. There's Kwanzaa happening. We just had the solstice. We've got all of this holy light energy, and we just shifted into Capricorn. The sun just shifted into Capricorn. So there's all of this opening. Jupiter is helping us expand and grow, and it just feels, this whole energy feels like it shifted, and we're finally out of that energy from the from the pandemic is finally like eased up, and we're stepping into something completely new. And for those of you who are like, what, this is like completely new, or like who feel like concern about what newness, what new thing you're stepping into, and you want some support, I'm going to share my screen again, because I'm going to let you know, anybody that's watching this, you got like a week to jump in on the old prices, because I've stepped into owning my ability as a professional astrologer, and I'm going to be starting to charge professional astrology rates. So I'm hoping I'm going to see you guys for the next new moon ceremony, free on January 22. That's a nice, that'd be like 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. That's kind of an interesting date. So I'll be here on Zoom. So astrology is the blueprint for your soul, the unique way that you are. Every single person on this planet has a unique energy configuration. We talked a little bit about Pleiadian energy, but also the energy of your sun, moon, and rising sign. My price for a 1-hour session has been $111 for the last year, as I've been learning and growing, and have been having a tutor for the last year who's a professional astrologer, and just feeling that my rates need to go up to what a professional astrologer, more in the range of what a professional astrologer charges. So that's going to go up on January 1st. If you want to grab a session with me, I've got a couple weeks open on my calendar. I'm going to put this link right here in this YouTube chat. So just hit more on this YouTube, go into and copy down this link. This is my scheduler for an astrology chart reading for the old price. If you book in the next week, you can book at the old price, and then boom, that whole link will be gone. And I'll be telling people more about, in a couple of weeks, I'll be telling people more about the new astrology package, which is just really exciting, because there's so much more that I know, so much more I can give, so many different ways that I can bring my expertise as a channel and a medium and a healer into my astrology sessions, to really see and help see where your soul has been and what it's been up to, and what you're coming in with, and your own unique contribution to this planet and to other people and to yourself, what more clarity about you and the essence of you. So grab that at the old price. You can grab into, I think it's into January 9th. I have openings, but then the price is changing. So here we go. We're going to sing ourselves out. And so we're just feel that there's a bunch of friends that are probably going to watch this. Lupe and Christina and Diane and Carrie and and Bonnie are probably going to watch this later. So we're including all of them in this circle. And here we go. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Johan and Brenda, for coming and being here with me. And thank you, everybody that's watching this replay. Holiday blessings to all of you. Happy New Year to you all. Love you guys. Thank you.